Hey all, sorry about that. I was just taking care of this. We're gonna drive through the country. We have a cornfield right here, as you can see right here. Planting now, ready in the fall. There you go, cornfield. We're headed over to hang out with Johnny, Epiphany card collector. So people don't get to see this part of California. People always say, here's dairy right here. Yeah, I don't think you got to see it. Alright, we drive. Hey, welcome aboard. Don't forget to like and sub. We're just driving through the country here, checking it out. As you can see, this is what people don't see in California. Field guy, what's up? Hey, here, let me give you a backdoor look. California, where I live, boss. This is fields. These are cornfields. These are dairies. This is how it is. This is the real California. Now, I grew up in Los Angeles, boss, and you know, LA is LA. It's like the city. But this is the real. Now, those trees, man, what are those? They're not almonds. They're different because you know they have a little stem up. Yeah. I don't know what orchard that is. Let's see, this orchard over here. Back door, yeah, man, it's the best way to do it. I think those are kind of fruit trees. You see, what happens around here is that the farmers kind of switch out their crops. Now, here's corn. You see corn growing over here on Road 136. Lots of corn. You see the dairies way over there. That's a dairy. We're talking, some of these dairies have 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 cows. We're talking the black and white one, the Holsteins, or they have the Jerseys. Now over here, it just misses a big one over here just to my left. But, hey. Los Angeles, California, not Louisiana. Yeah, that's dairy way out there. Sometimes the dairies are right up against the highway. I mean, if you want to call this a highway, it's really just a road. You know, it's a road, it's paved, and you know, it's a road. Hey, congratulations, LSU, Tigers. You guys are going to get the first 2 picks in that darn draft. Jacob Cruz and the other guy, I think it's Cruz and the pitcher. This house usually has some animals over here in there. This is like the front of their house. They have usually a horse or two. Don't see anything. Now over here, corn's a little higher on this side. Here are the horses. There you go. Oh, they got a whole heckload of horses there. That's pretty sweet, pretty sweet. You got the machinery for the corn. So right now, now over here you got pistachios. Okay. Pistachios are these to the left of me. This is a cash crop, just like avocados are a cash crop here in California. Because the only place they grow in the United States is California, are the avocados, and they grow in Ventura, Santa Barbara County. You know, they have a special, the sheriff's department in Ventura and Santa Barbara counties. You guys call them parishes, I guess. They have an avocado police, you know, nab people stealing the avocados. I mean, those things are, you know, they're expensive. Yeah, the avocados. Yeah, they only grow in this part. And when we don't get them here, we start getting them from Mexico. And when we run out of the ones from Mexico, because, you know, their season is closer to ours, we get, county. We get all of them from Chile, the avocados. Look at this. Look at the tractor cutting me off right up here. Look at that tractor, man. See, this is the real California, boss. None of this. Oh, man. Lucas, I am going over to pick up Epiphany. We're going to hang out for a little bit. I'm taking him to work. Look at that tractor, man. Yeah, we're going to go over to see Epiphany. Here's the dairy right over here. This is used to be a dairy right here. No, it still has cows. Yeah, it says cows. It has Holsteins. the black and white ones. Yeah, so like I said, some of these dairies are, the one behind my house is 1,500 cows and then 5 bulls. And when the bulls aren't, jumping on the cows, they're doing their insemination. So it's crazy. Oh, heck yeah, man. You guys deserve it, man. Tigers, you guys won your 7th. So after that rain, you can't really see it up here, but there's water just over this berm right here. There's water. And that didn't happen up until these crazy rainstorms we had. And that's good because we needed every inch of water. But you can see it right there. Okay, you can see a little bit of it. Those are like out, and you can see that the farmers, we have artesian wells. Our well out here in the country, and many cities too, the water comes from the aquifer beneath. And then a lot of water comes from the aqueduct. You know what? Yeah, boss, let's talk about Prism. So I don't know if you saw, I did like a 1 minute, 8 seconds, and I got sick and tired of, and it's the YouTube app, and so, I don't, it's cool, YouTube, straight into YouTube, but what happens, if you ever watch any of those videos I do, hey, collectibles, what happens is I get these glares, like this glare. And it's like I have to pause. Have you ever noticed I have to pause, wait for the glare to go? It's like when you're being blinded at night with a bright light. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I said, forget it. So I jumped off. I lost the guys I had on there, a couple. And, I was going through sorting out the cards. And I've been a good boy. 2 days in a row, I've been sorting cards, man. And I switched over to my Prism. I did Prism because back when I didn't have 1,000 subs, now I got over 2,000 plus, but when I didn't have 1,000, I was like at 500 probably when I did my first stream. It was like a back door. So my buddy Epiphany card collector Johnny, he told me, hey dude, he says, get on it, man, and you can do it without having the the thingamajigger from YouTube, YouTube police. So, I'm going to stick to Prism. I've never used StreamYard. I think that's what you use. I don't know if one has an advantage over the other one. All I know is it works for me. Yeah, well, you know what? Most of those came from shorts, boss. Hot Wheels, coins, shorts packs. If I actually paid a little bit more closer attention to the analytics and all that stuff, that would be probably already got monetized. So look at this, man. Look at this cornfield, man. This over here are these are pistachios. Well, it could be almond trees. They're pretty similar, man. And then this is a dried up field. This is citrus. So as we're getting closer to the Sierra Nevadas, those are the mountains way over there. Those are the ones with all snow. You'll start to see more citrus in this section. So like lemons, oranges, tangerines, peaches, you'll just start seeing more of that variety. Is Elvis with us? Elvis is in the house. Elvis is in the house. Elvis, I saw something. I think it was on, I don't know, I assume you're a big Elvis fan, obviously. And you might correct me on this. Is today the last day that Elvis had a concert back in '77, or was it yesterday? Or was it earlier this week? This is my second stop I have to make here. Here are the gas prices, guys. Take a look at that, $4.79. So I saw something on Facebook that said that Elvis's last concert was in '77, and it was, I guess, we're in June, and then he passed away in August, right? So I guess he had 5-6 weeks. You know, these are grapevines right here. This is a orchard vineyard, and these look like almond trees, possibly. Yeah, or pistachios. Either way, the way they drop these suckers, they take a machine and they go underneath them. This low, it's like a low rider, like a really low machine, and it's not. And the guy has to sit there like almost like the Batmobile. It was 77. Yeah, he passed away in 77. But I read somewhere, or I saw on Facebook or Instagram, probably Facebook, that his last concert was sometime yesterday or today. His last concert, the last concert he gave, and then he turned around and passed away 5 weeks later. I don't know if you know anything about that. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, I love Elvis, man. He's cool. My favorite song of his is probably Suspicious Minds. I love that song. Yeah, that's a great song. So you have here an abandoned. These are I think are almond trees. They're abandoned. You can tell that nobody's been working on them. You got the vineyard. So the farmers out here, and farmers throughout the United States, I think, are given money to blow off the field, just like and so they don't work it. So they don't harvest it. They don't do anything. So you see a lot of orchards here. This is what I drive through, man. Pretty neat, huh? Oh yeah. He was, in this white jumpsuit, had the towel around his neck. His face was very bloated. I guess because all the prescription medication, maybe they were mixing up. Yeah, I mean he didn't look good, but he still had the voice. What a shame, right? What a shame. Yeah. All right. Look at these. These looks like they've been cured with something. These are citrus right here. You see citrus fields right here, and you can start seeing the mountains. You guys start seeing the mountains in the background. I know the angle you get here it's a wide view. If I move it, you can get a close-up view of everything. Let me see. I don't want to move it too much because I'm driving, then it's gonna be all wacky. Oh yeah, well that's well, I wouldn't call them migrant workers, but field workers. They work the fields. Yeah, and there are migrant folks that do follow the crops, I guess, but those are far and few between. Because the little town I teach in, they occasionally get like a real migrant worker, like migrant family, and they move around following crops. But yeah, they'd be mostly guys. Around here, the labor is going to be Latino, Mexican, and then young kids. It's a weird thing. When I was a kid, you would see teenagers, any random teenagers of all sorts, but the demographics have really changed. And yeah, out here, this is one of the 4 counties in California that is predominantly of Mexican descent. And we're talking big ass counties. I mean, we're 40 million people, so you can do the math. But yeah, they'll go out here there's a contractor that comes out here, Elvis. These guys that are contractors, they're all, and they'll get their workers, and they contract with the farmer, and then they go out and excuse me. They go out and bring all the workers to come in and harvest the fields or work on them. A lot of it's like, if it's alfalfa or almonds or things like that, then that's done by machinery. This is done by hand. All these fields. Excuse me. I have this dry cough, which we finally. Yes, they're harvesters that come in and they'll get the almond. They'll shake the tree down and all the almonds pop off, right? And then another harvester comes by and scoops them up like with a vacuum. And then they take it and take it. Hey, Lucas. And excuse me, I was going to tell you why I got that cough. I was taking a medicine, and then after many months, I noticed I developed this dry cough, and that's one of the side effects. So I had to get off that little tiny 10 milligram pill, man, causing that dry cough, which it's subsiding, but I don't know how long it's going to take before it finally goes away. I should have paid attention to the side effects, and then when I got the side effect, I should have immediately just stopped. Those yellow flowers you see on the roadway, those are actually California marigolds. Those are growing. Look at this house. Look at this house with all the palm trees. These doctors out here, in this area that I'm heading over to this part of Tulare County, those some flowers. See, look at that house. Look at that house. These doctors build these huge mansions out here. I mean, they are. Whew. And you know, California real estate is incredibly expensive. But yeah. So this is still the outskirts. Down another couple miles, we'll actually be in the city limits of Porterville, California. But yeah. Now you can tell it's a little bit more populated, a little bit more ranchy. People have houses, and then they have, you know, a little bit of acreage for like goats or a cow or a horse or two. But we're still in the outskirts. We're still what we consider county, Tulare County. Not, look at this house. I'll have to show it to you on the way back, but these things are mansions and a half. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. It's a little closer. yeah, Elvis. You know, I figured, you know what? I'm going to drive out here to pick up my boy Epiphany card collector. There's the water. Look at all that rain. Look at that canal. Man, that rain, those atmospheric storms that kept whacking us, that water is still, and I've never seen it. I've been up here 24 years up in this, you know, after moving up from LA County. And I've never seen that much rain. And I tell people, you know, I think the rain that we have, the amount of rain that's out there is from last century. The rivers, the way the rivers are filled, flowing, and no, it's all right. That could cause a serious accident, and and this is a town that I don't know anyone. Yeah, it could be a big ticket, and then DMV's gonna take away my license, and I'm screwed. Then I'll be taking the TCAT, the bus, to work. That's not gonna. I'll have to wake up like extremely early. Yeah, they'll give me a ticket for unsafe driving. Excuse me. Here's a strawberry field. I'm the guy in the strawberry stand. And now we're into the city. So, yeah, I was saying the water is going back to the days of the Spanish, because when this was, the transition happened. Oh, hey, I do the same thing. I put it on and I just listen, you know, watch videos, listening, peek through the shower glass, and watch. Yeah, I do the same thing, Elvis. Thanks for hanging in there. Yeah, and so I think the water is we haven't seen this water since the 1800s, and this will last a couple of years. And if we get another big rainstorm next year, then, you know, it'll add to it, and that's great. If we go dry, then we got enough to weather it for a couple of years until the, you know, the drought really starts to like dwindle down our water reserve. But the good thing about that, I was gonna say, is you can see the mountains in the background. Just do a pick six. Threw a pick six. All right, field guy, you're gonna have to explain that. Kirk Cousins just threw a pick six. I'm a novice football guy. I mean, I know the basics. I used to follow football back in the 80s. By the late 80s, I started following the NBA heavily through the mid 90s, 80s to the 90s. Then I kind of dropped off, you know, chasing girls around in college and blah 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 blah. And then baseball, I even left baseball. Remember, I told you I didn't get, but that knows the meaning. I'm gonna have to ask my buddy Epiphany. He knows. He's a man of all sports. So I don't know if you guys have these over there. Do you have these Del Taco? These Del Tacos, they're like Taco Bell. There's one of our high schools over here. You can see the parking lot for the teachers. And the park over here is, I think it's called Veterans Park. They actually have a Huey helicopter sitting in there. Oh, you don't have them? Yeah, when I was back east, New York, when I was in Washington, yeah, I didn't see that many. I think we saw a Subway shop maybe. You know, your typical McDonald's, Burger King, and blah, 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 but not a lot of things that we don't know. Here's Target. We have a McDonald's right here. This is what our McDonald's look like. They're pretty new. We have Marshalls. Those are everywhere. You have your Denny's. We're going through the main drag of this city, and you'll see everything. Usually here, Big Five, Kohl's, Rallies. You guys have Habit. Here's a Taco Bell. Habit. Here's Starbucks. You guys have a Habit? Habit is, you can't see it, darn it. But you can see we have Taco Bell, KFC, yeah, Taco Bell, KFC. I think they're the same company. PepsiCo, right? Isn't it PepsiCo? There's a Panda over there and a Dutch Bros. You guys have Dutch Brothers? You can see what we have over here. And then if you see down the line, there's a Round Table. Right over there, Round Table. And stuff. How about Blaze Pizza? I'm looking here because I'm picking, Epiphany and I are going to come and eat. We have a Chipotle. I also see a Chipotle in the shopping center. Chipotle is a little bit more, my daughter loves Chipotle. My middle daughter. That's her thing, man, Chipotle. Chipotle. Dutch Bros, I don't think. Man, I guess they're expanding out in the West. Because they're everywhere, and they're making their push against Starbucks. And there's also the Human Bean. That's also another popular coffee. People love their coffee, man. I'll tell you that much. All right, dude, come on. Where you going, bro? Orale. Take your Audi and move it, man. Jack and a Crack right here. Burger King over here. And the General. General's a nice place. It's a sit-down restaurant. Doesn't look open, man. Yeah, it looks pretty nothing. There's a freeway just over. We went underneath the underpass. Got a Frosty. You guys have any Frosties? California is known for their burger joints. So Frosties were big all over. And there's a Wendy's over there. Valero. Then we got a Galaxy Theater here. Oh, so only man, Starbucks are just everywhere in California. I kid you not, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. Okay, to my right, which is over this way, is the freeway 65. We're going along the front road, or they call it frontage road. Coffee shop is the bowling alley over here, and then the neighborhood. Well, let's start looking at the neighborhood. People of all sorts walking, riding their bike. This used to be an interesting, but they said it's hookers all over the place. It's a big hotel. I mean, it's huge swimming pool. If I were to win some real bucks, I would really make it into a really good place. I would spruce it up. Just because, you know. And I think this town needs a good hotel. I don't think they have a good hotel. You don't. So, talk to me, Phil Guy. Do I still owe you 31 cents? I'm sitting here walking, I find a penny, right? And I look, and I found 2 dimes. And then I look to my left, and they're in the ground, in the asphalt of the... There's another one. I was like, oh, okay. And so, yeah, 31 cents. And then, I don't think I posted this, but found $1, a wadded up US dollar bill. I better check if it has a star on it, man. Now you got me thinking, man. I need to be checking my dollars more. Alright, I'm going to turn here. Alright, guys. I'll mail it to you. Sound like my people on OF. Hit me with tips. Alright, man. You can tell this neighborhood. This is a typical neighborhood in this town. It's not the greatest. It is what it is. Yeah. You know, not everywhere in California looks like Beverly Hills. Well, hey, boss, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to pick up my buddy here, but thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, you know, we spent almost a half hour here. All right. Well, hey, guys, I'm going to let you go. You have a great one. Thank you for hanging out. Hate to cut you off. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow morning when I probably go live again, sorting some more rookie cards. TV out. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.